You're now rocking with Back to School, the podcast, decoding youth culture, hosted by Luke Hodson, powered by NERDS Collective. Make sure you stay tuned.
Welcome to Back to School, the podcast decoding youth culture, hosted by your boy, Luke Hodson, founder of NERDS Collective, Forbes and Campaign Magazine 30 Under 30, culture marketing nerd. I grew up in London, in and around the grime scene, which installed a mad love and respect for street culture. I became fascinated around the origins, the roots, the foundations of the culture, how it's evolved and its different forms of expression. I spend a lot of my time today spotlighting and showcasing inner city individuals, grassroots communities that are shaping the culture I idolized as a kid. Government spending has been cut by 70% on youth services since 2010, which is crazy. But I believe it's brands that have the means and the money to create positive social impact at the front line of underprivileged and under-resourced communities, which is one of the reasons why I got into youth marketing. Without a shadow of a doubt, it has always been diverse urban environments that have created cool. If you think of the punk movement came out of downtown New York, if you think of hip hop come out of the Bronx, if you think of casual culture, came off the football terraces of Liverpool, Manchester, you think of the rave scene came out of warehouses in London, fields outside of the M25. You think of the legendary grime came out of Bow, East London. You think of drill came out of South Chicago. Street culture is the number one expression for youth globally. Street culture, consumer represents 55% of the total Gen Z ecosystem, right? So not only is it the largest segment, but it holds the most influence across other segments within that Gen Z population, yet it's the most slept on, and it's often a blind spot for most brands. If you think of street style, street style is influencing high fashion to high street fashion. You think of rap music dominating the charts worldwide. If you think of the inner city, identity and aesthetics are at the top of the aspiration economy. Think of streetwear. Sneaker culture is driving the new luxury revolution. So join me on this podcast as we bring on specialist guests and we talk about tokenomics, blockchain, Web3. We talk about meta communities, emerging online niche microcultures, new trending subcultures, everything youth and culture. I spent the last 10 years working at building brands through culture marketing strategy, specifically centered around purpose. And I'm going to share everything that I've learned in that process with you on this podcast. The podcast is brought to you by NERDS Collective, the leading youth and culture marketing agency. We specialize in hyper-nuanced insight, cultural strategy, creative. We work with some of the baddest brands in the business: Nike, Adidas, Puma, Foot Locker, Snipes, Havana Club, Chivas Regal, Budweiser. This series is going to feature academics, futurists, CMOs, marketing leaders, cultural insiders, commentators, engineers, and consumers as we unpack youth culture, mindsets, behaviors, emerging trends, ideologies, belief systems, and values. The purpose of Back to School podcast is around providing cultural intelligence and insight to help inform yourself, brand marketeers, decision-making process, specifically looking at how you can center your brand at the heart of youth culture whilst providing a purposeful role. So make sure you check back in for Back to School Series 1, Episode 1. Peace.
Yo, salute to everyone for listening to Back to School. If you like what you heard today, hit us up on nerdscollective.com. That's NERDSCOLLECTIVE.com. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And we out.